And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast with your host, Chris. We got JTDrums on the line, and we also have another special guest. We have Pablo of Irist. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I feel bad. I just kind of rolled over Jesse there with a nice little intro. Jesse,
all right.
what's up, man?
How's it going?
I'm so used to having a ROM on, I just roll right over you.
Yeah, worse things happen.
So Pablo, thank you for joining the podcast. You're our first faraway guest. Everyone else has been like right next to us, so it's been really cool. And you said before you're out in Georgia. How's it?
It's my pleasure, man. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I'm actually in Adam's backyard. He's our other guitar player, and it's good. Beautiful weather today. I think the next few days it's supposed to be pretty nice. So I'm trying to take as many breaks as possible because most of the time we're down in the basement. Writing songs right now, so I try to, get out and distract myself whenever I can.
Well, it definitely seems like a nice day because I can literally hear the birds chirping, which is
it's beautiful.
It's so nice. I'm here.
How
in
is
my
it up
dark
there
basement. Right now? It's been raining a lot. Today was a little bit better, but it does look like it's gonna rain again. But again, I haven't left my basement for a while.
I feel you.
The quarantine life. How about you, Jesse?
Yeah, pretty the same. I got blackout curtains, so when I'm doing stuff that I need like blackout, I literally feel like I'm alone in the world. I'm just like looking around, like it's kind of gloomy in here.
Yeah, I used to use those to sleep.
Oh, dude, I get migraines, so when I get when one pops off, I'm like, "What's up?" Zoop, and I just like lay down in my cave. And I'm like, "All right, just focus on getting rid of this thing. It hurts."
Yeah.
Oh man.
So the first thing I want to bring up is that you guys put out an awesome record. All right,
Thank you, man.
Order of the Mind, great record, Nuclear Blast release, and this is your debut record, correct?
Yeah, it's our debut. We put it out just a few days before everyone went into lockdown, so that was kind of weird, but I think all of us are just feeling fortunate that we were able to get it out, period, because we had so many setbacks and obstacles, so we're just relieved that it's, out of our hands at this point.
Yeah, because, we were talking about this on our last show that so many bands now are postponing releases. You got Jamie Josta from Hatebreed, you got Lamb of God, and I guess you guys really lucked out by getting it out beforehand. Did anything get impacted at all by the virus, or everything went smoothly?
Well, the main thing was just tour plans. Just like everyone else, we've had to push some things back, and we're still just kind of waiting to see how things play out even for the fall, because I think right now we've got some festival dates in like around November in the UK, and we got some other stuff that we've announced for as far as like European festivals, but again, we're trying not to get our hopes up too much because this is all it's an ongoing process everywhere, it seems like. So but yeah, like I said, we're happy we got it out. I think if we'd waited like a week later, if that, we would have been on the same train as all those other bands you mentioned and just been waiting indefinitely until we would have been able to release it. So feeling pretty lucky. And that's one of them is here. I'm going to look this up while I'm on because I know I'm going to miss one of them at least.
Yeah, sure.
There's Damnation Festival in Leeds. And then there's what's this other one? And then there's a Cult Session in Madrid, and there were some other tentative dates, like kind of around that, but we're just kind of waiting right now to hear from management. I think they're in contact with like booking people and whoever else is kind of involved in deciding whether these things are gonna go down or not. But we're hoping for the best. I think most things have been canceled like through the summer as far as tours and all the major European festivals. So right now we're just trying to stay busy, just trying to keep writing and rehearsing as much as we can. They've started opening things back up here in Georgia starting last Friday. And so yeah, it's kind of weird to see everyone kind of slowly coming out of hibernation, and I don't even know if it's the right time to do that. The governor's gotten a bunch of, backlash because of it. So we're still trying to be kind of careful.
Do you guys have like an 8 o'clock curfew? 'Cause I know
I
some
think we
states
had
don't have that.
we had like a 9 o'clock curfew. I think that was, I don't know if it was I don't think it was the whole state, but it was at least most of Atlanta, I want to say.
Yeah, because here in Jersey we have an 8 o'clock curfew, and
Oh,
then
is it 8 o'clock?
yeah, and I thought that was just like nationwide, but there's like Arizona, they don't have a curfew. I was
Dude,
surprised when I heard that.
yeah, when you start digging into what's going on in other states, it seems like there's no real rhyme or reason or just general rule for what the hell is going on. So
Yeah, I mean a
I
lot of people
don't.
here are happy parks and golf
Hmm.
courses are opening up again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy.
That's
I'm happy
something.
the backyard is here because, like I said, I come outside every chance I get.
Yeah.
Just,
I
yeah.
thought it was interesting you talked about the festivals,
Hmm.
them like because they haven't canceled yet or postponed. A lot of them have, and
Hmm.
I don't know which one it is. Maybe Jesse, but there was a festival where it's like they postponed it. They're having it online or something, and
Really,
there's going to be
that's kind of
bands
weird.
performing, or they're going to show footage, like a 3-day event. I remember
Hmm.
reading that somewhere. It was kind of cool, like a cool concept.
I didn't
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I didn't see that. I know that like Knotfest was taking like people's festival footage from other festivals. So when they canceled it in Japan, they started showing it on YouTube. Like everyone, like Resurrection Festival, everyone was showing like their live sets from there.
Hmm.
So they made like a makeshift like Ducks like concert, which is
Hmm.
pretty cool. But I never heard of like them doing it like live, like everyone's sending in footage. That's kind of
Hmm.
dope though.
Yeah, would you be
Yeah.
interested in something like that?
I mean, I think everyone's just trying to come up with new ways to expose themselves and push their bands. So I think we're trying to. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we're trying to stay open minded
Of course.
about
Yeah.
all of this right now. I guess social media is really the only way to get to people since no one's able to tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, we're open to anything.
So, just so people get to know your band, I know you
Mhm.
posted a lot of videos online, like Instagram TV
Mhm.
videos, which are actually pretty cool. They're very informative.
Cool.
But just so our listeners know, how long ago did Iris form, and what kind of like inspired you guys to start this project?
We started forming in 2015. Me and our bass player Bruno started, putting ads on like Craigslist and looking for drummers and other band members. And it probably took us a couple of years or so before we had our first lineup and put out an EP. And then we changed singers. And after we changed singers, maybe a year went by, and we got to sign with Nuclear Blast. We had already kind of been talking to them after we put our EP out in 2017, and then after we signed to them, a few more months went by, and we were able to go to the UK to record this album that we just put out, Order of the Mind. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of skipping around a bunch, but
It's a lot of years.
we finished. Yeah, and we had a lot of plans that fell through. Like we were going to record here in the States originally, and then for one reason or another that couldn't happen. And so yeah, we were kind of in limbo for a long time, just not really able to book any tours because all of the focus was on getting the record done. And so we finally got that done last year, and like sometime around May, I want to say. And then it was finally mixed and mastered after the summer. And first, I don't think it was. I think they were saying it wouldn't be a good idea for it to be released in the fall, just because I don't know, for whatever reason. So then we had to wait another few months, and then fast forward to 2020, and we had we had some dates booked. We had like an album release show we were going to do here in town, and but yeah, and then fucking COVID happened, and now we're kind of back in limbo. But only this time, everyone else is in limbo with us, so
It
somehow makes it a little more manageable to know that everyone's in the same boat as us.
Yeah.
That pandemic wrench really messes everything up, huh?
Dude,
Who would have saw that coming?
right?
Oh,
So
man.
yeah, if you told me that this was gonna happen like 2 years ago, I don't know what I'd done, man. Because at that point we were so ready to get the wheels turning and to get on tour and just to see something happen. But if you told me that the record would have been done and we had all these plans set, but then a global pandemic is going to happen and you're going to have to wait indefinitely, I probably would have moved back to Argentina or something.
If our touring plans in Italy were canceled, I would have never saw that coming.
I know.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, you guys just put an album out. Like, came out March 27th.
Yep.
And you say you're writing it. Is that like kind of like a hard thing to do? Like you probably wrote it a little while ago, correct? Like,
yeah, we were done last May. I think we were back in the States from recording the album. So
okay.
And I thought we'd take a little break, but I already had some little ideas and riffs that I'd recorded. So I think I was back for like 2 weeks, and then I don't know, I got antsy and started recording some other shit, and then
there you go.
One thing led to another, and we started hammering away at this new set of demos, which is cool now because it gives us something to do. So yeah, it's cool. We're still moving forward and staying pretty creative. So.
Well, there's Killswitch Engage actually did something pretty cool today. They dropped a B-side EP from their last album, Atonement, and
right on.
Everything is going to charity, and it's on Bandcamp exclusively. So
awesome.
All the proceeds are going to I forgot what the charity was, but it's something about COVID related thing.
Very cool.
So do you think that maybe those demos you're writing and the songs you're writing now, you would probably do something like that?
Maybe so. Yeah, we have a pretty extensive group of songs now, so I don't really know exactly what we'll do with them, or if they'll end up on the next album, or who knows. And we haven't shown them to anybody yet, so we're kind of right in the middle of it now. But
of course, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something we would think about for sure.
Do you guys usually have like a vault of music? I know a lot of artists reference that, like, oh, it's in the vault.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of like riffs
Lock
in the
it
vault?
Up.
Yeah.
No. This is the first time where I feel like we have maybe a slight excess of riffs or demos or little bits and pieces, because a big fear that I had after we finished the album was that we would just run out of ideas, because like every single thing that we recorded before in the writing process for the album, yeah, pretty much everything, maybe except for like one demo, and ended up on the album. So there was really it wasn't one of those situations where, you'll hear bands say that they had to pick from like you said, from the vault, or from a group of like 20 or 30 songs. Like we had pretty much exactly how many songs we recorded. And it was the same thing when we did our EP. Like we didn't have any extra songs, because we take forever to write songs in the first place.
How come?
But I don't know. We're neurotic in our process. Usually I'll come up with an initial demo, and then everybody's super picky, so I'll show it to someone else, and then I'll have to go through like another version of the demo. Then you'll show it to the third guy, and then it's just kind of our process. I don't even know why at this point. It's just, now I just kind of accept it. It just takes forever. But I think because now we obviously have more time to be inside, and we're lucky enough that we have our Adam Studios in the basement, like in that house over there. So
right
so
there.
that's all we're doing now. So I can kind of see us coming into a situation where we have maybe a few extra songs or extra riffs to choose from, and for me it's a relief, because like I said before, I was just worried that, I don't know, we'd hit like a writer's block or something like that, or that we just wouldn't have time, because we knew that we were going to be touring pretty soon after we released this album, and we haven't had to write on tour before, so that was like unknown. That would have been unknown territory for us. So, but yeah, now we're having a different situation where we're going to have to start skimming down the group of songs, which is new for us, and it's cool.
Would you say that you guys like get at each other's throats in a way when you're writing and trying to record?
Yeah. I think you need a little bit of that, though. It kind of helps. As long as you don't hate each other, but it kind of helps propel things forward a little bit.
At least you guys are honest, right?
Yeah. Like if I showed, usually like I'll show our singer Rodrigo. I'll show him, like if I have like a tentative demo, Like I'll show it to him first to see if he's got any vocal ideas or if he hates it. Like if I get any kind of negative feedback, I just want to instinctively just throw everything away and start over. So I'm aware I take it super personally. So if everyone kind of accepts that first demo as being decent, then everyone just starts diving into it, and then we get into our crazy process of demoing and redemoing, and usually we'll get to a point where we are kind of okay with it, and we'll kind of put it to the side and start working on something new, and then we'll come back to that initial song like months later, and then keep chipping away. So but I think we all do that. Like we all take shit super personally, but we put up with each other. We're friends. We love each other, so it's cool.
Is there a song like that comes to mind about like that was like really hard to work on that you thought wasn't going to get done, and then you went back to it?
Yeah. Creation was probably that song for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
That's
had
the last
like
track, right?
Yeah, that was the third single I think that we put out. But yeah, we had. It was one of those things where we had like 3 songs, or what felt like 3 songs that were not related in any way. And we were like maybe 2 months into working on that track, and almost like giving up on it, or not knowing if we should just treat it as 2 separate songs and work on them separately. But yeah, I don't know. That was a while ago, so it's kind of a blur. But we kind of stuck with it, and I think that one we stepped away from maybe for a few weeks and came back to it, and just out of like being stubborn and just not wanting to give up on it. And I think at that time we had less time to work on shit because we were all working full time. So I don't know, but that was a tough one. And I think even after we finished it, we'd spent so much time with our heads in the ground that we needed to take some distance. But after coming back to it, I think it's probably one of the songs that we're the most proud of, just because there's like I said, there were all these like parts that seemed completely unrelated, and then in the end, we feel like we were able to come up with like one single like cohesive piece of music. So at least for me personally, that's probably my.
No, it definitely shows that track is very strong on the record.
Cool.
I definitely hear that. I'm glad
awesome,
I'm glad you didn't trash it.
Oh yeah, actually I think it was the other guys that pushed me to not do that, because I'll usually by the end of it I've spent the most time with the song, since like I mentioned, like I'll show them the initial demos. So but by the time everyone's been exposed to a demo for like 2 months, I've probably spent twice that amount of time listening to it.
Oh, okay.
So I try not to get too jaded on them, but I rely on the other guys for that most of the time.
So I saw before that you actually played drums originally. That was your first instrument. What made you change from drums to guitar?
Just traveling around. When I moved out of my house, there was just too much shit to carry around, basically.
I think Jesse knows about that.
Yeah.
So
it's a great instrument.
I know, man.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It was a shame. I just stuck them in the attic and told myself I would come back to them later on. But like my parents always played like Spanish guitar, classical guitar, so that's what I took with me, and I just started dabbling a little more with the guitar, and I kind of knew like basic chords from my mom teaching me, and then when the time was right, it just kind of started clicking a little more, and things started lining up in my personal life for me to dive in a little bit deeper, and recording songs on my own, and just learning about like recording in general, because I was pretty ignorant where all that stuff is concerned. I'm not a super techie guy, so but yeah, that was the reason for it. When I finally kind of resettled in Atlanta, I got another set of drums. Like I sold that old set. I got a new set of drums, and then I started putting together little demos like on my own, where I would do drums and bass and guitars, and I did that for a little while, and mostly because I got tired of like First because I love playing drums, but also I just got tired of relying on people. And I just there are people flaking out and stuff. So
yeah, I understand.
So that's kind of how I started doing my own thing.
I know, like when me and Jesse over here, when we try to jam,
Mm-hmm.
I would always have to go to his house because there's no way we want to move that whole kit.
No,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Yeah.
I once went to my brother's house. Like we decided to jam in his like little New York apartment. I was like, you know what? I'll bring it. He said we can do it. Don't worry. I brought a kick, my ride cymbal, but just a stand. I could stick it through the top. And I brought a hi-hat and a snare, and it still took like 3 trips somehow from the car. I was like, how? There's nothing here. Like, how is it taking so long to lift this crap?
Right.
I was like, I wanted to learn. I just started learning guitar, and I just can't understand it anywhere near the level of drums. Like drums, I just hit it, and it was so fun. And then one day I played a beat. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And then like guitar, I'm just playing a Green Day song, like just cursing. Just like, how is this so hard? Everybody I know that plays guitar just rips this song immediately.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
I feel your pain, man. I still sometimes when I'm playing guitar, or if I'm coming up with riffs, I think I naturally think about riffs rhythmically. So a lot of times I won't pick notes or like a progression or arpeggio until I have like a very definite rhythm in mind.
Chris gets annoyed at me because every time I sing him like a song, I'm like, dude, that part in this one song, I sing the rhythm and I sing melody in the rhythm. I'm just like, it's like just like, he's like, dude, you're singing the drums, and I'm like, yeah, but the melody's in there somewhere. You get it, right?
Like, I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, it's awful.
Was there ever like a song that you were trying to learn that just you just hit a wall and you just got so frustrated?
No, really, man. I've never. Well, since when I played drums, I would try to maybe learn songs just like to the radio or put an album on or something. But with guitar, I've never really done that for whatever reason.
Never had the urge to like play covers and stuff like that?
No, never. Maybe. Well, I will say with Spanish guitar or flamenco guitar, maybe like old like folk songs from Argentina or Spanish songs.
Okay.
But yeah, just maybe that kind of thing. But for some reason, never really with electric guitar. Maybe because I was a little late in the game playing guitar or something. I'm not really sure.
So we shouldn't expect any covers as B-sides for Iris albums?
Never say never. Never say never.
Maybe the label will make you do it. Nuclear Blast. Let's speak about Nuclear Blast, by the way. Debut
Sure.
album on a great record label like that. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Yeah, we still have to pinch ourselves. I think even more exciting than Nuclear Blast was just having Monty Connor get in touch with us because we're all 90s boys, you know, so we were fans of everything that he was signing to Roadrunner during that time, and that's kind of what everybody was listening to. And then, of course, he moved to Nuclear Blast, and it's still going strong there. But we were super excited that it was Monty himself who contacted us the first time. So
it's funny you said that because like cool. Roadrunner was always like one of my favorite labels because all my bands were like my favorite bands were on it. And then slowly I was like, wait, I think I'm gonna like Nuclear Blast now because they're getting all the bands I love. And it's funny.
Yeah.
And then I think it's because of Monty.
Monty, yeah, and a lot of people that were working with Roadrunner ended up moving to Nuclear Blast over time. So
yeah, they had a bad like fun.
Yeah,
I think they were closing a lot of offices and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, right around I guess around 2000 or something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's good people, man. We got a chance to meet a lot of the people in their UK office when we were recording over there, and it was just really reassuring because you know before that all you know is like the bands that are on it or the Nuclear Blast logo, but you know actually going to the office and meeting them and talking to them and learning that you could trust them was important to us. And Monty we still haven't met. He's in New York, and we were going to go up there in the spring and meet him, and that's where our management is too, but you know of course we have to postpone that as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How was the offices for Nuclear Blast? I heard it's crazy awesome over there. Like like, they love metal when you go.
Yeah. So they have the one in Germany, which we didn't get a chance to go to, but that's apparently like the the big toy store. Like,
Yeah.
but so hopefully we get a chance to go there in the near future. But we stopped by the London office and spent a few hours there, and it's still super cool. You know, it's smaller than the one in Germany, of course, but everybody there was super friendly. Like, and then there's the one in LA, which we also haven't been to, but yeah, the important thing is that we trust everybody there, everybody that's been involved in any aspect of what we're doing. Everyone from Nuclear Blast to our management, and really anyone we let near our little baby, you know.
Of course.
So
it's
been
also
good.
want to mention that you guys have a thing going on Bandcamp as well. I feel like everyone's on Bandcamp now. Yeah, you guys have an awesome shirt going on, your Songbird T-shirt. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah. That's I think we just posted that today. But that was a design made by a friend of ours here in Atlanta, Taiwan, and he's a great guy. He works at a tattoo shop called Live Free, and so that's where I knew him from. And I've always been a fan of his artwork in general, but he's got these really nice drawings that I've always been attracted to. And he posted the Songbird on Instagram one day, and I just saved it, and we just got in touch with him and basically just went by the tattoo shop and asked him if he would do it. And he already had the design and everything, and we thought it was like super fitting of the album and the vibe of the music, and so it was quick. We had him come over to our house and ran it by everybody, and yeah, now it's a fucking t-shirt.
You said it was Instagram, right?
Yeah, it's through Instagram.
That's nuts. I I hear so many times, like so many bands or people just in general, they're like, they see artwork on Instagram and they either say it's a tattoo or artwork. It's funny how like Instagram's really spreading that.
It is, man. Yeah, it's just the way of the future, and just what shit is. Even the way most of us met. I mean, we didn't meet through Instagram, but most of us met through like online ads and stuff. You know, which is, it's strange to talk about. It's kind of weird to say, but
yeah, Craigslist. I was not expecting that from your Instagram videos. You're like, Craigslist, Craigslist. Like
all of us, yeah.
What made you think of going to Craigslist for it? For a band?
I don't know, man. Just boredom. Just that's what we did. I mean, we went through. We had to dig through a lot of shit to get this group. You know.
Yeah.
So a lot of I don't know, a lot of interesting people in Craigslist. So.
Oh yeah. That meant a completely different thing back in the day. I met him through Craigslist. How? Like, what? They help you move furniture or the other thing? No. So, it's different now. It's not just that anymore.
No wet work. One time me and Jess actually went to Guitar Center, and we were, what do you call it, almost confronted, I guess, about joining a band. It was pretty funny. I was like,
really?
I guess that's a good place to go to join a band.
Yeah. Well, people post a lot of, I guess, like musicians' ads on the bulletin board or whatever it is at Guitar Center, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. I went to go sell some drum pedals, some double bass pedal. I was trying to flip, and it was the worst thing ever. I was like, "Hey, you got an Allen wrench?" I went to the guitar shop and guitar like repair side of the store, and he's just like, "Hey man, I got a demo. You want to you play drums?" I'm like, "What? No, I'm trying to sell something right now." Like they're like vultures, like of just the talent. They're just like, "Yo man, I have a riff, bro."
It's like handing off a mixtape.
Yeah. Still less sketchy than Craigslist, I think.
Oh yeah. It's just above. It's just you don't know.
Right.
No, they're brutal, man. I remember I did the drum off, and like there was this. It kind of actually hurt a little bit. I kind of thought if I was a different person, I probably would have hurt me more. But I always remember they announced the winners of the level of drum off, and then you just saw some guitars from the guitar section of just like hand out their business cards, like, "Hey, how's it going? I have a band actually, so if you want to wear," and they handed to like the two winners. I'm like, what the hell? I'm right here. Like, did I suck? Like, I was like, did I not solo hard enough? Like,
that's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, they get all the fame and everything.
So they still do those Guitar Center drum offs?
Nah, they got rid of them a few years ago, sadly. They were fun. Like, even if you didn't compete, like you just go there, and there was always like one guy or like just ripping. You just see like a bunch of people, they play like the same beat or they would solo, ignorantly over after like playing a second of a beat, and they would just like, and then there would just be a dude, like an adult, that would just walk in and be like, "What's up?" They just start playing clave with the left foot and ripping over. You're like, "What?" You're like, "What?" Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Nah, they got rid of that stuff because like Guitar Center is losing a bunch of money over the years. I feel like every year I've heard they're gonna close down, and yet somehow I could buy drumsticks from there. Like a hat, like it's just like So
yeah, other than Guitar Center, I think there's Sam Ash, and I don't know any
Sam
other
Ash.
big names.
Yeah. I don't either, man. Yeah, there's a Sam Ash, maybe 20 miles from where I am now, but I don't know. I go to Guitar Center for shit. I don't know what I go to Guitar Center for anymore.
You just buy everything off Amazon or something?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I was guilty of that. I went there to get some mic cables, and they were charging like a crazy amount. But they were telling me like, "Oh, don't worry, it's Guitar Center guaranteed. So if it ever breaks, you can bring it back. That's why it's so much money." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to Amazon and getting it for $3." I felt a little bad, but I was like, "I'm not spending $20 on a mic cable." So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'm an idiot because I feel bad, and if I talk enough, I feel like I owe you a purchase. So even if I looked on Amazon that it's $5, I will buy. I bought a $20-something USB-A cable. I was like, oh, what do I need to buy? Yeah, I'll buy that from you. And I look out, like I left the store in the parking lot. I was like, $4 or $5. I was like, come on, why do I do that to myself? I was just like, oh man.
So you mentioned that you played like Smash guitar, and you like had a lot of other like non-metal influences. So what got you into metal? What made you want to start like a metal band? Heavy music, I should say.
Yeah, I started off on like all the '90s grunge stuff, like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, like Melvins or whatever. And when I came across Sepultura for the first time, that was kind of my gateway into heavier music. And I was probably around 13 years old at the time, something like that. And I was still playing drums. So the first kind of like garage band or recording experience or anything that I had was around that time. So like I instantly wanted to be in a band. So I got together with some classmates and just dudes I met at school. We did that for a little while, and I kind of just stepped away from that for a long time. I moved back to Argentina, or I was going back and forth for a while, and I kind of got back in tune with like old music from Latin America and just weird shit like salsa and all this other shit. And then when I came back to heavy music, I almost instantly like I started seeking out other people to play music with. But it took a few years of just getting frustrated with like, dealing with people and people flaking out and rehearsing the same thing a million times for like 6 months, and then at the end of it you've got like 2 completed songs. So it took a few years of me just getting overly frustrated with that before I kind of decided, okay, I'm gonna try to piece together my own demos and get more serious about this. And because I had a lot of ideas, I had song ideas and just things that were specific that were just too hard for me to carry out and to develop with people that either didn't have the time or didn't have the dedication or just for whatever reason, but yeah, I mean, once I decided that and kind of just got more serious about it and got in the right mindset, then that was around the time that we started piecing this band together and all the ideas that would be incorporated into what this band would become.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it looks like you had a long like history of just going through band members.
It was, man. People. Yeah, it was a rocky road. It was a rocky road, but fortunately it worked out in some way or another.
Craigslist. It saved
Thank God for Craigslist.
Shout out to Craig, wherever he is. Where's Craig at? Where's Craig?
So there's like a couple of things I've noticed just listening to your album. There's a lot of like, I feel like you have a lot of really heavy influences like in your music repertoire, and then there's also like a lot of melodic singy kind of way. So like the main vibes I got from your record is a lot of Fear Factory and a lot of Gojira. Is that something that like really like like you really got into that style or anything like that? Is that something that you gravitate towards?
Maybe. Yeah. Like Fear Factory again is one of those bands that those early Roadrunner bands from the '90s. So Fear Factory is definitely an influence. But it's weird because it depends on which one of us you ask, because we are like I feel like a lot of people would say that their influences are very diverse, or that everyone listens to something different within their same band, but we're like we couldn't be more all over the place when it comes to that. Like I would answer, and then you ask Jason, and you'll get something totally different. Like he probably hates most of the shit that I listen to, and it's cool, and it's just the way it is, and we make it work. But yeah. I mean, to get back to your question, yeah, Fear Factory is definitely an influence. Gojira is an influence, but they weren't really around when we were in, I guess, what you would call our formative years of getting introduced to heavy music and kind of developing our own style and our own approach to it. Sepultura is maybe more of a maybe something more pertinent in that way.
Shout out to
or yeah, for sure, man. Or early Sepultura. I should rephrase, as I always I always forget that they kept going, right?
So we're all guilty of it.
They're still around.
Yeah. I need to start clarifying that, because so Sepultura is still around.
That's funny. So on my show, I asked 3 random silly questions. You ready to take part in that?
Shoot.
Okay. The first one, it's not that silly, but it's random. Question number 1: what's the worst job you've ever had?
Ooh, that's a good one. I was a janitor for 2 years when I was I think when I was around 20 years old, and we're cleaning up just these old factories on the for third shift, and I did that for a couple of years, and it fucking sucked. It wasn't just the factories; it was like the bathrooms. It was just a real shit job, but it paid okay. So exactly.
No pun intended. No right. Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Look at us. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't want to clean bathrooms. Question number 2: least favorite subject in school.
Probably math or algebra.
Okay. Why, it just bored you, or you just not?
I just wasn't good at it. I kind of got good at it later on, when I was in college. I kind of just I guess I applied myself a little more, but yeah, hated it.
Something about letters and numbers just pissed me off. I don't know.
Hey, I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually for me it was anything with like writing and reading. I'd rather play video games or do something else than read a book. That was always me back when I was younger, or I'd rather do something than just sit down and read. I'd rather watch the movie.
Yeah, totally.
Jeez.
That's exactly when Jesse, when you were reading all the Harry Potters, I'm like, dude, just watch the movies.
Oh, dude. Third one's so much better than the movie. I'm just gonna say it right now. You have to read the book.
Okay. Question.
Actually, I want to say one thing. Sometimes it depended on the teacher, because like, for instance, like I grew up in the South, so half the people in school couldn't pronounce my name, even though it's like 2 syllables. So if they would call me Pablo, then we're already off on the wrong foot, and I don't give a fuck what you say to me. I've lost interest.
Oh man, it's that we have a friend like that too. I don't know if you ever seen the skit "Substitute Teacher" by Key and Peele, but he just goes and butchers everyone's name because he's a substitute teacher. And we have a friend. His name is Aram. Every time we had a substitute teacher, they call him Aram. It was so cringy, and we laughed. And he would just stop correcting them. He'd just be like, "Here, like."
Yes, my name is Aram. Well, I have a pretty basic first name, but my last name is Tijen, and when you read it out, it's like Tietjen. And man, that was fun. So just like it's like a whiplash for the teachers. Like Jesse, easy. Tijen, what? Like I was like, try again. All the class clowns would jump on it immediately. Tietjen, wrong. Do you even know his name? Just get. I'm like, whoa, hold on, no, it's like poor substitute. It's over.
Yeah.
Last question for
Go for it.
The silly questions. If there was a movie based on your life, which actor would play you?
Ooh. Oh man, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna say Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like people usually say Brad Pitt as like a joking answer. Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Nice one.
Just me with a ripped body. That's just all I want.
Jesse's been getting Uncle Fester lately.
Yeah, no, I went insane. I had, believe it or not, I had long hair and a really big beard literally as the quarantine happened, and I just got bored. I was like, I'll just shave everything, see what happens. I shaved my head. I looked awesome. The classic no hair, big beard. I was like, actually, I could right. And I was like, no, screw it. Freedom. Get rid of this hair prison. And now I look awful. I look 10 and I just doesn't make sense. I'm just like, oh, wow. I messed up.
It'll grow back, man.
Oh, I'm praying. I'm blasting death metal and just rubbing like all the vitamins. I'm breaking them up and just rubbing them in my chin. Yeah.
Well, dude, Pablo, it was great having you on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys, man. It's been a pleasure.
Before I let you go,
honestly,
I just want to say, what's any upcoming plans you want your fans to look forward to, and what's the best way for the fans to support you? Is it Spotify? Is it Bandcamp? The label? How? Yeah,
right now it's Bandcamp. And as far as plans, the closest official thing we have out is Damnation Festival in November. There's some other tentative things that we just have to wait a little bit before we're able to announce it. But yeah, as soon as we get confirmation, it'll be out there for everyone. So. And hopefully you get one of those demos released. Tease us with some new music. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, as soon as we can, man. Your album was Order of the Mind, came out Nuclear Blast March 27th, and dude, that wasn't even that long ago, and it feels so far away. We're already in May. Dude, it feels like a year ago, man.
So when's the next album coming out?
Dude, all right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll let you go, and best of luck with your day.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Take care.
See you.
Nice talking to you. See you.
Right, same, dude. Bye.
All right, that was Pablo, the guitarist of Irist. Great guy, really fun to chat with, and I just want to play some of his tunes right now, but I know I can't because I'll get copyright infringement. If there's a track I highly recommend by them, though, it's Harvester. I don't know, Jesse, if you got to listen to that song, or which one you think is like your favorite on there. But mine was definitely Harvester, track 8. It's 4 minutes of just awesomeness. If you love, like I said, Fear Factory, if you love Gojira, you love just like a balance of heavy and melodic music, I would go with that track.
I'm definitely checking them out. I'm looking at their Bandcamp. I'm probably going to buy some stuff today because they are getting, all the fees are waived.
How cool is that Bandcamp is actually doing that, dude?
I don't really understand how. Well, I guess it's only the first Friday of every month.
Yeah, but like they don't have to. They're just being bros.
Yep, they're being bros.
Yeah, bro. It's so the artist is actually going to get 100% of the profit, right?
Oh, for the T-shirt.
For the Bandcamp waiving the fees and stuff.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's
I'm reading that wrong. Someone could correct me in the comment section below.
Yeah, hit with the comments. Also, recommend who he wants to interview. Don't say Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you guys actually do have any people that you think would be great on the show, just hit me out. Twitter, Instagram, here, comments, wherever you want. Just recommend someone.
Dude, this is I'm looking at this. This is pretty awesome. I'm gonna buy this vinyl. This vinyl's hot. I hope it's still.
Or Irist, right?
Yeah, it's like
the
orange.
Cool.
It's like orange, black, like burst. It's kind of dope. Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little tough with the video podcast to like come in and out without walking over people. But this Irish shirt, I said this is like a good bicep tattoo. This like songbird. Like a dude just ripped. Like, yo, what's up, man? You want to see the little? You want it to dance? I can make it dance. Look at it.
You wearing a Kill Switch Engage shirt right now, bud?
Yeah, dude. I got it, man. I bought it when we saw Kill Switch in Long Island.
Long Island.
Bought it, the Long Island with Cro Mags and who's the other band? Oh, Clutch.
Volbeat. Wait.
No. Clutch, Kill Switch, and Chromax.
Where did we see this?
Long Island. Will and Craig.
Oh, dude. I was thinking Coney Island for some reason. I was like, what are you talking
No,
about?
I wish I went. I didn't go to that
Volbeat. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm kind of scared of Coney Island ever since I watched The Warriors.
Yeah.
That's where that whole shit like went down. Just some dude just by the park with the 3 bottles. Whoa, Jesse, come out and play. I'm like, stay away from me. Get away from it.
Dude, I was like, where's he going with this?
Oh, yeah, dude. It just all goes back to Warriors, bro. Also, get your stereo stolen. That was a part of the video game for some reason. You just stole stereos and fought people in goofy costumes. That was the whole game. Yeah, no, that guy's awesome. And I listened to like a few songs, and so far I love it, dude. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to rip. I'm probably going to buy a vinyl and a t-shirt, you know, use all that newfound furloughed money.
Especially today, because like you said, it's Friday. And I was actually reading the article for the Bandcamp thing. Last time they did this, back on March 20th, all proceeds went directly to the artists and labels. And then fans ended up spending $4.3 million, which is an increase of 15 times.
Wow.
Not percent. But yeah, 15 times the increase. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I'm just happy because I always hear about Bandcamp, and I don't know, man. Maybe it was like the way I like thought of like certain Warped Tour bands like back in the day, and then I finally listened to Dance Gavin Dance. I'm like, oh, they're so much better than that. Why did I do this to myself? Like I just like say it's like the same thing with Bandcamp where I was like, that's just like where newer bands come, and like I'll just buy their music on their website, right? And it's like, no, there's so many good artists. Like I realized all the artists I love are on Bandcamp. And then especially with something like this happening, it's like, why not just buy it? And I've been throwing more money. So like Josh's tracks came out, instead of doing $1, I tried to do 10, even if it's a song. I try to I just try to throw some money at it and just, and some other people. Obviously Josh is more well off, but like some of the other people.
Oh yeah, Justin knows what he's doing too.
Yeah. And it's I'm probably gonna do that. Probably gonna let's see what this is going to be. I don't know. I'm just afraid of buying like physical stuff because I don't know how long it will.
The corona.
I guess it doesn't matter. Shipping out around May 21st. Oh, that shirt's not even.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I think I got one of those Hatebreed shirts as well. The 25th anniversary San Jose Sharks with the Hatebreed logo. I'm a huge hockey guy, so that's awesome for me. I just need them to do my Colorado one for hockey.
I forgot what I got. I got the Avalanche. Where's this bad boy? I got the email that they've sent out. I got 3 things. I got the Hatebreed World Tour shirt, which is it says your doom awaits you on the back. World Tour 2020. It's pretty dope.
That's pretty solid.
Actually, with a COVID mask. When did this come out? And then
you know what you bought?
Like I just didn't. It has like the surgical mask on it.
Yeah, I just hit select all. Like,
I just bought it. I went through and I bought everything, and then I got the New York Never Forget T-shirt with all the gravestones of all the clubs that closed down on the back.
That's what that was.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's got like the CBGs. It's got New York sign with the battle maces. Pretty dope. I'm excited. I think I went to this show. Didn't we go to the New York Hatebreed show, 25th anniversary, April 19th?
Yeah.
So I probably was there. I just didn't buy it.
Sure, it was at Best Buy or PlayStation, whatever name it went by.
Yeah, that was a great show, man. That made me go like, yo, Terror is dope. I was like, wow, Terror brings the absolute pain.
Doesn't it suck that venue's not going to be around anymore?
That's stupid.
Yeah, for people who don't know the New York area, it used to be Nokia Theater. Then went to Best Buy Theater. Then changed to PlayStation Theater.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's going to be, I think, for Broadway, right, in plays?
That's awesome. Nothing against Broadway, but you already kind of have a very insane amount of venues for Broadway.
Fun fact, who closed out the show? Last metal band to play the show. Or play a show there.
Was it Between the Bear and Me or August Springs Red?
Nope, it was Sabaton.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, they were the last heavy band to play there, and I was there, just bragging a little bit.
He's showing off, No
Here's an
big
article
deal.
I saw that was actually kind of cool. Members of Lamb of God, Kreator, and Power Trip are working on a new song. So bands are, during quarantine right now, what else are they going to do? They're teaming with other bands, other members to make music. So this is pretty cool because you got, Lamb of God is like your, heavy metal. It's heavy shit. And then you got Kreator, who's like thrashy. Then you got Power Trip, who's just like, I don't know, like kind of like hardcore, and not hardcore, but they're different than the others. I'm bad with their genre. I'm sorry. What would you say Power Trip is, Jesse?
I don't remember what they sound like. I thought they were a thrash metal band, to be honest.
They are, but to me, they're a different type of thrash metal. They're not like Kreator thrash metal. I know that might sound silly to some people. If you wanna,
it's not your mama's thrash metal. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I guess because if you go to Wikipedia, it says it's thrash metal, crossover thrash, and then hardcore punk.
So are they like Anthrax?
So that's why I said like hardcore, but I was like, no, they're not a little thrashy. But yeah, they're fun. I actually got to see them with High on Fire back in Brooklyn. That was cool.
Dude, you know what I sent an email to today, and it made me sad, and I didn't realize how close it was to happening. The Hatebreed show in New York in Poughkeepsie. They still haven't refunded me, and they canceled it, so they have to refund me. But I was like, looking at it, and I was
was it actually canceled or postponed?
No, it was canceled. The whole tour was canceled. I don't know if they're trying to postpone it, but the Hatebreed.
I didn't check if I got my money back either. I didn't.
Well, it would say it. I don't think it would be there if it was refunded. It's still like acting like the show's happening. I was like, all right, I gotta figure this out. And I looked at that show, man. That show I was looking forward to so much because Creeping Death's hard as hell. After the burial, obviously, I was like, and I didn't realize it was like a week and a half away. I think. Like that is such a bummer.
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny enough. Obviously, Kevin wasn't interested in Hatebreed, but he was going through his calendar with me, and he's just swiping. He's like, "Look at all the cancels! Look at all the cancels!" Like everything that was in red was just a canceled event on his calendar, and he's just like getting mad.
It's a bummer, but I don't know. I was just I think we brought up on the last podcast, but it's gonna be interesting, man. My one friend gets mad. Eric, shout out to you. My one friend gets mad when I say the new normal, but it looks more and more like it. It's not just going to breeze over, and it's depressing. It would be awesome if one day everyone stopped getting this thing and we could all go back to venues. But, I was listening to JTDrums podcast with Craig Gass, and I thought we obviously, I heard this after our podcast, but we talked about something. It's like, oh, they're just going to let in like half capacity, or like a big bands are going to do small venues. And they actually talked about that. Not saying they copied us. But Craig Gass said there was like a meeting with music execs and whatnot, big music heads, and they were talking about like venues are going to have to check your temperature. So if you thought metal detectors were invasive, there's some people are saying that if venues open back up, they're going to check your temperature, and if you have a fever, they're going to send you away. Imagine.
Really?
Yeah, it's new normal, because if that's the normal, that's definitely new. I never got my temperature checked.
No, I just meant like, wouldn't that cost them a lot of money to test?
Yeah, well, they're also talking about buses. If you get a bus, you have to get multiple buses because they can't have more than 6 people on a bus. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So that obviously bigger bands, the smaller venues obviously have to be used because bigger venues are not your. And I saw for the capacity, and then the smaller venues are going to cut the capacity in half. So let's talk about 250 venue, 125 people, and apparently they were talking about no GA, so there's going to be seats, so they could split people up accordingly.
Oh my god!
So imagine going to see a hardcore band in seats.
Yeah, but you definitely know these people that are going to not listen and run.
Well, yeah, but they're going to they got to think about that. They're going to ruin it for us.
Yeah,
like I know there's selfish
so many
people
that don't care. There's many people that don't care.
No, there's people that listen to boom boxes on the subway. I know those people. The same people that go to the, you listen to the
and they just jump out.
I know there's a guy that listens to Psychosocial on the bus nonstop, but that same guy, he's gonna jump the barrier.
God, remember that?
Yeah, that guy was weird. I remember I thought he was cool the first time. I was like, oh, he blasted Psychosocial, and then about 5 times through, he was doing the same movements every time. Like he actually was on Broadway, like he was doing a Psychosocial play. He's like, all right, this part, I'm gonna like bang my head and like do the metal horns over here. And then over here, I'm going to punch the roof. And I was just like, who the hell is this guy? I was like, he's only like Psychosocial. Yeah, no, he's it's gonna be insane. Like, I can't believe like the Lamb of God tour is not canceled because I'm hopelessly positive. Like, maybe we'll end up seeing Lamb of God and Megadeth. It's not gonna happen. But
I mean, Paulo went on. I don't even know. Okay, Paulo was interviewed by someone, and he said that it most likely is going to be canceled, but you never know. And
yeah, but you know what happened? I think
that?
Corey went on and said that he has no idea. I forgot what he basically said. The opposite. He's like, "Well, I don't know, man. It might actually happen." So I was like, "You're getting or because it said Trivium guitarist." I feel like they would have just said Matt Heafy if they with the singer.
But
so
yeah, they're known to troll people though.
But it just makes you laugh. From the same band, you're getting mixed signals already. Just like literally, like the Megadeth's like, "No, don't worry, it's gonna happen." I'm like, "How do you know that? How could you possibly say that?" And also, don't say it to me, huh?
What does Randy Blythe say?
He's probably saying you're an effing idiot for dropping gloves on the ground, which you are. There's just no reason. Which I felt so bad, dude. I'm glad that Randy doesn't live around here because I was driving. I have some used gloves on the floor from when I went out, and I opened both my windows, and I guess one of them was a vinyl glove. I had a pair of vinyl gloves I used, and they're like basically like plastic. And the wind took it and blew it right out the goddamn window from the floor. I was like, oh no! I was like, no, I didn't mean it. What?
Randy's listening right now, and he's so sad.
Took a picture and called me all kind of great things I'm trying not to say right now. I usually say. But yeah, no, I felt so bad. I was like, well, there we go. It was right by the park, so maybe like a squirrel had landed on a squirrel's head or something.
Yeah.
I'm already taking out the new wildlife that's coming back. Thanks to the it's a coronavirus glove. It has a furry tail. Dude, squirrels make gangster noises, bro. I didn't even know. I let my dog out, and I was just sitting there watching. My dog's old, so it's just all like shaky legged, walking around trying to find somewhere to pee. And I'm just standing on my on the stairs of my back door, and I just hear like this. I'm like, what? And it's just a squirrel. And he's like, and I'm like, what? Really? Yeah, it was like a gangster sound. Like, dude, it sounded like the cattle decapitation screamer when he does all those interesting screams. I was just like
trail kind of thing. Like,
I think he even spit in his own hand too. He did that. He's like, and he just started looking at through his like 3 claws. I was like, bro, be in my band. Speaking about what he said, be in my band, bro. I need a vocalist.
You just go outside and record nature, and that would be your vocalist.
Dude, that'd be something, man. Yeah, dude, I didn't know. Like, I always thought deer made gangster noises. Surprisingly, my one friend hates it.
What do they make?
It's just like so.
Really?
It's just like I've heard it a few times. Like, obviously, it's kind of cartoonish. It's not exact. So if anyone I know, there's a certain friend group that knows that sound. It pisses them off. I hope they every single time. Also, they would make some stupid sounds like that because I've seen a few deer by the reservoir around here just run into the fence over and over again. So, an animal that does that, I could see making that kind of goofy ass sound.
Well, it's funny. I know that like a popular, I would say, all right, like the foxes. Everyone's like, oh my god, like the fox like yelling and stuff like that, and the goats yell. Yeah, I feel like those are usually the ones that like no one actually hears in real life. Like I never really hear a fox.
Dude, I never saw a fox till a year ago, and I've seen them so much. I don't know what that means because I would just like drive every time I went to work at like 6 a.m. No, wait, that was when I got on the bus. So like 5:30 in the morning, I would be driving. I just see this red ass deer running in the middle of the road, and I'm like, I'm not deer, fox, whatever, fox. I'm like, dude, I never even seen you up close before. Why? And I saw it like 5 times in the span of like 2 months. I was like, what does that mean? Are they like just more, or are they just getting? What does that mean? What? Talk to me, you beautiful creature. Tell me with your eyes and your elegance.
Well, I guess on that note, we'll conclude the podcast for this episode 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Pablo of Irist, you're the man. Thank you for coming on. If you want to support them, they'll be down below. See, I'm pointing like every other YouTube guy does.
Smash that like button.
Smash it, bro. And my boy JTDrums over here has a second career as a reaction artist.
It's hard work, but someone's got to do it in these hard times. You know, you got to play the song, you got to record it, and then you got to post it on YouTube. On my channel, Insid, Insid, that's the same as my streaming. It's kind of my moniker I'm going by in my streaming and my YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe I should just go my name. Whatever.
Insid without the E.
Yeah, inside. Yeah, which if you subscribe, you're an insider. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Insid with parentheses and Just, but yeah, no, I do reactions. I'm probably going to react to some Irist, so I'm probably going to try to release it accordingly to the podcast, probably, or maybe right before.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to be doing more music stuff. Like me and my friends are working on some covers, and then obviously, if I can, in this time, I just bought some Get Good drum samples, and I got my electric kit all tagged up, and I had a free compressor program. And Chris can attest, he hated the way my drum set sound, but now it sounds pretty awesome. So
have you ever heard someone just play Rock Band with the TV muted? That's what Jesse sent me.
No.
He sent me the cool Rock Band kit, just slamming on it, and I was like, dude, what is this? But now with this compressor.
Yeah, it's awesome. Get Good Drums Invasion Kit. Thank you so much. Contact 6 free player. You can use it, and then yeah, dude, it's awesome. It's totally worth it, dude. Even if you get the smaller packs like Matt Halpert or Modern or Massive, I think they still have a 33% off going. Indoors 33. But yeah, I recommend it, and maybe I'll put a ad on Craigslist and try to get some people to send me some riffs, and we'll just jam out. But yeah, Insid on YouTube and Twitch, and Insid streaming on Twitter, and you can follow that stuff.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and remember, follow us, support us, and we'll have a next guest next week. Keep it real, guys.